To that point about protecting the minority interest and so forth, you know, one of the things I often see is that the two partners will say, or three or whatever, we get along famously. If there's some discrepancies in their document, it's not an issue. It's not an issue because we'll get this resolved. We just get along. And I say, okay, that's fine. To Paul's point, pick something that you think could blow up. But what if one of them gets taken out by the truck? You're no longer dealing with him, you're dealing with his attorney. And the attorney's position is to take care of the family. And they say, well, Michael would have wanted it this way. Well, we don't know that because Michael's not here. Right. And my job is to follow the document. Well, that's not what we intended. Sorry.
Right.
And so, it's one thing for everybody to have fundamental fairness and get along while they're all here. But when one of them isn't, that's an entirely different situation because now we're not dealing with the same players.
That's why it's so critical when everybody is still in agreement and still on good and speaking terms to hash out. That's why I developed that one page, because you mentioned one page and simplicity. Well, I'm a slave to simplicity. When I was the trustee of a very large trust, and I used to hire, 50 to 70 lawyers a year to manage the bit, because it was a trust full of various business interests and real estate, and you name it. And I used to say, if you can't say it on a page, you don't understand it well enough to talk to me about it. And that buy-sell agreement with the two axes, one being the triggering events, the possible triggering events, the other axis is the response to that triggering event. And I used to give that to clients and let them check. Yeah, okay, if this happens, I want this to happen. And what people find is the one size fits all doesn't work, and too often you run into a lawyer who finds what the lawyer believes is a good form. Every form is drafted for a particular purpose. And if your client doesn't fit within the confines of that purpose, it's an accident waiting to happen.
Right.
And too often it does.
Agreed.